Good evening, and welcome to Football Now with Deacon Himself. As we enter into the last week in the final first quarter of the NFL season, we have some interesting games this week, and interesting to say the least, but what really puzzles me is that everybody thinks that they know a team as they look in preseason and as they look the first couple of weeks, but you really don't know a team until week 8. Did we really think that the New England Patriots would be 3-0? Yeah, but we thought they would be crushing teams. But, 20-point victory versus Tampa Bay at home should never happen in New England. They should win that game by 40. But this is the Patriots of old, and the Patriots of new are a team that is not used to these, as I say, rookies and first-year receivers, and Thomas Brady gets upset. But enough about him. Let's talk about what's going on this week in the NFL National Football League. Spirits tonight with my NFL jersey because, I don't really have a team playing tonight. So we start off with the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the St. Louis Rams. Both of them looking to rebound after last week's crackings that they took and embarrassments that they went through, as they both got destroyed, one at home and one on the road. So with that being said, I like the Niners to rebound in this, control the game a little bit, but it's a division game, so it could be a tough one. Baltimore on the road this week at the Big Buff. So Buffalo will be hosting the Ravens, and I think that the Buffalo Bills may have a chance to actually win this one, and we'll see what E.J. Manuel can do against Super Bowl champs and Joe Flacco. Next one up is Arizona at Tampa Bay. And that one could go either way, really. I think Tampa Bay is going to find a way to, get their home, rocking. The new sombrero is going to pull some magic out, and they're going to actually pull this one out. I like Tampa Bay to win that one in a close game. Pittsburgh at Minnesota in a battle of 0-3 teams. It's not really because the game is in London, so we'll see what happens. Big Ben's going to visit Big Ben, but it's not going to make a difference because I think the Vikings are going to win this. But I've been 0-3 so far with the Vikings, and I think that they're going to really pull one out. They'll have to travel across seas to get a win. So be it. Pittsburgh's 0-4 going into next week. The New York Giants traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City Chiefs. I think Kansas City remains undefeated, and I think the Giants will remain winless. And I don't just say that just for all the Giant fans out there who think, oh, Deacon hates the Giants. No, Deacon doesn't hate the Giants. He just tells it how it is. But we tell it how it is because the Giants lost a lot of players. Their offensive line isn't what it used to be. And Brandon Jacobs is not your answer. The guy was out of football for a year with injuries. The Niners, upset that they lost him. He was a critical piece for them, but he's not the answer. Next game is Indianapolis at Jacksonville. I like that game because I think that Indianapolis is going to destroy Jacksonville. I'm actually going to start Andrew Luck this week over Colin Kaepernick. Tough decision I had to make, but we'll see what happens with the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. It's not happening. They are not going to beat Indy at home. Division game, by the way. Seattle at Houston. Most anticipated game I'm kind of waiting to watch this week. It's kind of up in the air with teams that I want to see and what I want to watch. But I want to watch that game because I want to see really how good Seattle is. Seattle being undefeated, had a couple of big wins versus a couple of mediocre teams, but they beat the Niners at home. They did what they had to do. Niners supposed to be a great team. Seattle's supposed to be a great team, another division rival. Now Houston's supposed to be a great team. 2-1 falling last week. Let's see what this is. This game's in Houston. We'll see. We'll see what the end outcome is. Russell Wilson should come out on top, though. Cincinnati at Cleveland. I put Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis back into my starting lineup in fantasy. I think he's going to run all over the Cleveland Browns. That's no contest in the Battle of Ohio. Chicago is traveling to Detroit to play the Detroit Lions, and I think that Detroit is going to have a tough time. The Bears look good, especially after last week's big romping that they had on Sunday Night Football versus Steelers. But then again, they played the Steelers, so it's not saying much on a battered team who was banged up and lost a lot of guys. Also, half the team is collecting Social Security checks, so it's time to rebuild that team, and it's time to get some new players in there. Deacon himself is a free agent, but you cannot sign me because I will not sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going now, Jets at Tennessee, Gangrene on the road. Geno Smith, let's see what he can do on the road. Played a great, hell of a first road game for him. Threw him into the wildfire in the monsoon inside New England, and he lost by 3. Late picks in the fourth quarter. Let's see. Tennessee's a comeback team. They play good. They are a good team this year, and I like what the organization is doing. Chris Johnson, who is he? Where is he? Will the real Chris Johnson please stand up? I have no idea where he is because he's done nothing all year. Done nothing all year last year, and he's not going to do anything on Sunday versus Gang Green defense, who is impressive, by the way. If you haven't got a chance to take a look at the Washington Redskins, don't waste your time this year. RG3 is not back to where he needs to be. They'll be going to Oakland, where I think the black hole will suck him in, and the Oakland Raiders will win that football game. Philly is going to Denver. My Eagles going on the road versus Peyton Manning. We all know what's going to happen in that game. Must I say what's going to happen? Denver defense is a little soft last week versus the Raiders, but I think that they should prevail at home to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, although I'd love to see the Eagles win that game. Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys going to also play my Chargers in San Diego. San Diego really owns the Dallas Cowboys over the years of late, and I think that the San Diego Chargers will come off on top. The Dallas Cowboys cannot stop the Phillip Rivers Antonio Gate connection, and it's too much for them. We'll see what happens with that game, but I like San Diego. The rest of the world should like them. New England is on the road Sunday Night Football for Atlanta. New England should beat Atlanta. Atlanta lost to Miami last week. I can't knock Miami. They're playing great football, but no. With that being said, I like New England in that game. Monday Nighter is Miami at New Orleans. Who dat Saints are at home, and I like New Orleans at home to beat the Miami Dolphins, but I like anyone to beat the Miami Dolphins every week on the segments. This week's shout-out is big shout-outs to my man Mark Buttafuoco, just tuning in for the first time. Just wanted to give him the shout-out. I appreciate you watching and showing some love to Deacon himself. And I want to wish everybody else a safe and happy Sunday. And for Deacon himself, I am out. Be good.